In this series, we are getting both the target and the development machine ready for custom device development. And so far, we have created a LabVIEW project that contains all of the source code for a standard device and a build specification for the project. Then we deployed the RTEXE to the device and used RAD to retrieve the target's image. And in doing so, we created a new GUID for that image. The reason we created the image in the GUID is because if you want the server to manage the device software, it's going to do that using images. So now it's time to move to the final stage here, which is creating the custom device definition. Now my lecture series introduced the InsightCM console and its role in the SDK, so I won't do that again here, but most of the work that we perform in this video will be in the InsightCM console. So using the command prompt, if you navigate to C, Program Files, National Instruments, InsightCM Server, you will find an application called InsightCM Console.exe. So our goal here is to create a custom device definition. So we're going to use a standard device definition as our starting point. So let's run the command list definitions of type device. And you will get a list of all the standard devices that come with InsightCM. Since we have a 9068, let's export the definition of type device named the CMS 9068 to the output file ctemp9068.json. Now let's navigate to that directory on our computer, and you can see that JSON file here. And we can open it with Notepad++. And again, I don't like modifying this file from Notepad++, so I'm going to copy everything and take it to the JSON editor online. I'll create new. I'll copy that giant JSON string and it will load it into this nice tree. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to rename the device type to CMS 9068 Custom. Then the second thing I'm going to do is open up capabilities. The first capability is going to define properties for the system configuration deployer, and you'll see this GUID called application GUID. This is the GUID associated to the images for this custom device. Now we just created a GUID for our custom device in the last video. So here in the lvappimage.invo file that was inside of the image, there is this GUID. We're going to copy this. Then we're going to go back to here. And we're going to insert it here. Then we're going to transfer this tree back into our JSON string. So if we look up here, you can see that the device type and the GUID have been changed. We're going to select everything, copy it, go to temp. I'm going to make a new file here called 9068 Custom. I'm going to open it, delete everything, copy the string that we just created. So this is basically the standard definition, but we have changed the name and the GUID. This is significant because now the server can distinguish between your custom device type and a standard device. And the server will try to manage that device's software with the custom image that you're making. So we'll save this. And the last step is to go back to the InsightCM console, and we'll say InsightCM console import definition of type T device from the file ctemp9068 custom.json. And we can check this by going back to the list definitions command, and you can see now that your custom device has been registered with the server side by side with all of our standard devices. The final step before we can add this device from the web is we have to upload this image to the server. Right now this image just exists on your development machine, but we need to go to the server through the Systems Manager, then click on the button here, Package Management. You'll see all of the standard images that the server has access to. What we need to do is now add your custom image to it. So we'll click on Upload. We'll navigate to see App Images. And here's the 9068 Custom version 1. Say Open. Now the server is uploading this image. We can close this. And now users are ready to add custom devices and configure them as a deployed system. Let's go through that process. We'll click on the Devices tab. I'm going to delete what we had before. And now I'm going to select Add. I'm going to create an online device, and I'm going to enter 10.0.18.162. I'm going to select Connect. All tests passed. That's good. Hit OK. Next, we want to select the device type to be 9068 Custom. Select Next. You can see here that the server recognizes your custom image. It even has this description that we entered in RAD. We'll hit Next. No template. We'll still say that it's InsightCM Custom with this hardware name. We'll select Finish. Do you want to send connection information to the server? Yes, we need this for it to connect and authorize. The fact that it's working shows that your web services are functioning on your custom device. And we're going to hit Save. Now at this point, two things are going to happen. First of all, the server is going to re-image our device with your custom image. And we never really did that. We pulled the software off of the cRIO, made that into a new image with a new GUID, but we never pushed that GUID back onto the device. And so the server is going to take the opportunity to re-image your device. If we go to the dashboard here, you'll see that it says Application Out of Date. So we're going to sit here and wait for the server to re-image our device and then push new configuration to the device, and then it will come online. So now our device is online. To finish here, let's go to Max. Let's disable the RT Startup app. Hit Save. And after it's done rebooting, we will connect to the target using our LabVIEW project and go back to running our code in development mode. So now we are truly set up and ready for development. We have a custom device definition. We have a custom LabVIEW project. We have the build spec for our custom LabVIEW project. And we have the specification in RAD to pull custom images. This is everything that we need to begin iterating on our custom device. At this point, you can go into the LabVIEW project and start adding your custom functionality. You can go into the device definition and start adding your custom configuration fields. And you can go into the project and RAD to create and test custom images. I will have other video series that demonstrate specific modifications, like for instance adding a custom module, or adding a custom process, or adding your own architecture to Insight. And all of these video series will begin with the process that we've just demonstrated here.